This homework video is to help with number 10 from the trig application problems that you started in class today. And so I first drew a picture. This is my lovely mountain. And it said, and we'll just pretend for a minute that this is the base of the mountain instead of this. And you don't know what distance, but you're a certain distance away. And it says that the angle of elevation is 39 degrees. So looking up here, angle of elevation to the top of the mountain, 39 degrees. Then it says you walk another 250 farther away from the mountain, which I labeled this 250, and now the angle is 22 degrees. So again, up here 22. So the first thing is we have to understand how to label down here. If from here to where you first were is unknown A, then this entire length from here to here is 250 plus A. It's 250 plus this unknown distance. So if I try to use tan, I've got this opposite. That's what I'm trying to find, the height of the mountain, x, and I've at least got a label for this. And my label for this is 250 over A. So if I do the tan of 22, then that's equal to, that's the opposite, x, opposite, over adjacent. This entire thing is the adjacent, and it's 250 plus A. Now I'm going to set up another equation and make this a system of equations. So then I set up an equation for this angle, the 39, and it's also equal to the tan of 39 equals opposite, x, over, this time it's just A. So tan of 39 equals x over A. Ignore these a's over here for a minute. So now I have a system of equation where the first equation is this one. I'm going to highlight it in blue for you in the system. And the second equation in the system is this one. Again, ignore the a's for a minute. Okay, so number 12 is similar to this in that it's helpful if you use substitution to solve this system of equations. Substitution always means that you have an expression telling you what y or x or a is, and you take that expression and you plug it into the other equation. So in this case, I went ahead and tried to write the tan of 39 equals x over a so that it was equal to x. So in geometry this year, we've been calling this making x the subject of the equation. So if x is the subject of the equation, I got to get rid of this a, right? Well, to get rid of this a underneath the x, I could multiply by a, and then these would cancel, and then I have to multiply this by a. When I do that, I have x by itself now, because the a's canceled here on this side, and on the left side, I have the tan of 39 times a. And so that's what I wrote. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. That's what I wrote right here. The tan of 39 times a is equal to x. Okay, and so now what I did is, since I know what x is now, it's this expression down here, tan of 39a. I took this equation, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, sorry, and I plugged in my x value. This is my x value, so I plugged it right into here and I wrote it up here. The tan of 22, because it was the tan of 22, equals x, x is this, over 250 plus a. Okay, I'm going to try to solve this equation now. Okay, I'm going to go to, I had to go to a whiteboard because I needed way more room to write, and I think better if I write things big. Okay, so the first thing I did to try and solve it is I noticed that if I got a by itself over here, then I would be well on my way to solving. So to get a by itself, think of this as being like 15a. If this were 15a, you divide by 15 on both sides. So in this case, it's tan 29a, so I have to divide by tan 39, sorry, not 29, tan 39a on both sides. Well, I don't even need to do this on the calculator. I know that something divided by itself is 1, So now 1 times a is a, and I have a by itself. Over here, I used my calculator to do the tan of 22 divided by the tan of 39, and on my calculator I got 0.4789308, 0.4989, sorry, 308374. And then remember that I still have this 250 plus a. I haven't gotten rid of it yet. So now what I did is I distributed. I multiplied this times the 250, and then I also multiplied it times the a. This times this gives me 124.732709.4. Notice that I am not rounding. You do not want to round until you get to the end, because when you do that, you make your whole entire answer far less accurate. So wait till the end. Normally I wouldn't write all these digits out. I'd probably put dot dot dots, but because there are a few new students, just want to make sure that you knew that I wasn't rounding, and I won't do so till the end. Normally I just leave them on my calculators, but I write an abbreviated answer on my paper. So at least I have it on my calculator to work with. So now when you multiply this times a, you just get 0.498930837.4a. And then that is all now equal to a. So now I'm looking at this equation, and the first thing I'm going to have to do on this equation is to go ahead and get the a's on just one side, because I've got a's here and I got an a here. So if I subtract 0.498930837.4 a here, and I subtract 0.498930837.4 a over here, what's going to happen is that on this side all I'll have left is this 124, and on this side I'll have 0.5010691626a. Now all I have to do to get the a by itself is divide by the number in front of it that's being multiplied by the a, and I did that on both sides, and that gave me a equals, a is equal to 248.9331188. That is the distance from where you first were when the angle of elevation was 39 to the base of the mountain. So now you have to figure out what the height of the mountain is. So you have to plug that number in for your a on your picture. You have to understand that that's your a. This is a. So now I can set it up with the tan of 39 is equal to the opposite over, I have this value now, so I can plug it in, opposite over 248.9331188. I can cross multiply, and I'm going to get, on this side, I'm going to get x equals, and if you cross multiply tan of 39 times 248.9331188, you'll get 201.582 meters. And I'm rounding to the nearest thousands place because it said to round to 3 significant digits. Okay, I hope that helps. You had to use not only trigonometry, but a little bit of solving systems of equations with substitutions on both 10 and 12. Both 10 and 12 are up, and will be on It's Learning for you if you feel like you need to look at them. Have a great night, guys. Bye.